My friends, welcome. This is Riell. Let me begin with an apology. I realize that the sound quality on these videos sucks. It's a bad webcam. I am taking steps to improve. In the meantime, I apologize for it. I was reading a book called Pele, Yoetz. It's written by Rabbi Eliezer of Papo, who was born back in 1785. It is a Musar work, a work of ethics, trying to help us hone our personalities and become better, more ethical, more just, more humble, and more holy people. I was reading this chapter on trust in God, and there's something here, it's not very long, that I think is worth sharing. I'm quoting from the Pele Yoetz. The concept of trust is not that a person should think that God will provide him with all his needs, and that misfortune will not befall him. If this would be his trust, sometimes his expectations will be disappointed. Do not we see many righteous people afflicted with difficult suffering, starvation, and other tragedies that beset the world? Rather, the principle of trust is that a person should rely upon God, that whatever he does is for the good, and that before heaven it is revealed that it is for that person's benefit. God knows what's necessary for a person to perform the service of God and to rectify his body, spirit, and soul. Therefore, a person should willingly accept everything that happens to him with happiness and a good heart, because he is confident that nothing bad comes down from heaven. Only good. Let him throw his burdens upon God, lift his soul unto him, not toil in vain to make God's will like his will, and not to force the hour. He should not distract himself with innumerable thoughts about improving the situation and bemoaning the quote-unquote accidents of time. For he must believe with total faith that everything is in the hands of heaven, that everything that God wants he will do for his good, that no one can save him from God's hand, and that there is nothing that can prevent God from saving a person completely or partially. Those who trust in God in truth, with a whole heart, and do not just pay lip service like so many common people, will be tested if they are sincere by never violating God's will in order to achieve the fulfillment of their own. The person who trusts in God will be surrounded by kindness. Even if his portion is small and he lives a life of suffering, heaven forbid, he should believe that it is because of his being a faithful servant of God. Rather, he should believe that God tests the righteous, that he is the arbiter of destiny, that God does whatever is good for him, and that honor will come in the end. The ultimate trust in God is that a person will not depend upon any human being at all and not hold a grudge against any man. For this individual believes with total faith that every person is a messenger of God. And God has many messengers, both for good and bad. Good is opportuned through the righteous, and bad is occasioned through evildoers. Therefore, a man should not show favoritism, nor flatter anyone, nor be afraid of any man. Should not toil to become wealthy illegally. For justice belongs to God, and he gives to every man according to his conduct in such a way that will benefit him and be for his good. My friends, it's the most counterintuitive thing in the world. But think of it this way. Let's say you're holding a $10 bill in your hand, and I walked up to you and snatched the bill out of your hand. And you say, hey, what's going on? That's my money. And then I stuffed into your hand a $100 bill in exchange. Suddenly, my taking that $10 bill doesn't look quite so bad, does it? Well, on a larger scale, that's what life is like. Bad things happen. And they happen for a reason. And they are made to happen to us by a God who loves us and wants the best for us on a soul level, if not on a temporal level. When bad things happen, and we know for certain that they come from God and that they benefit us, no matter how distasteful they are, we gain strength, endurance, humility, wisdom, even holiness. Everything that happens to us in our lives is for our good. Armed with that knowledge, things don't seem quite so bad. Have a good night. I'm Riell.